Guys, we got to talk about Whistle and hopefully how Whistle will save NBA 2K26. Man, this has been such a bad year for 2K from a gameplay standpoint as a whole. This is coming from somebody who, once again, look back at the history. I said on Twitter, when we went from 2K22 to 2K23, mind you, 2K22 was not a bad game. What ended up happening was when they put that patch out, first of all, when they removed the walkback was guardable. The walkback was guardable. You just had to predict when somebody was going to do it. The second thing is when they put that patch out and then all those small guards became like OP. These are the two things that ruined the game, right? In 2K22. So when we went from 2K22 to 2K23, 2K23, in my opinion, was a masterpiece because they looked at all of the major core issues in 2K22 and said, nope, we're fixing this. And they did it the right way. I thought 2K23 was a masterpiece when it first came out. Can't speak for them later patches. The game wasn't unplayable, but it had just gotten to a point where, once people find the quote unquote meta moves or this or that, then it changes everything. 2K24, which had potential, right? When it first came out, the finishing was good. The only thing that should have been fixed was the layups. But Whistle, right? One of the core things that gave 2K24 so much potential and something they should have built off of, which was Whistle. Whistle was important. Why? Because Whistle was a badge that was in the game to punish bad defenders. On top of having a consistent green window, right? Or because you still had to speed ups and slowdowns, but the green window is supposed to be, pure in 2K24. They removed Whistle in 2K25. And when we were going into 2K25 and that news came out, I immediately went to Twitter right away because I needed to know what people were saying that play the game, that talk about it online. And what I found shocked me. What I found is Black Cobra, who, this is no shade to Black Cobra whatsoever in any form or fashion, right? He's a content creator. That's it. But the conversation that we had at that moment in time, or the tweet back and forth that we had at that time, I was simply saying to him, because I saw his tweet, he was basically saying that he's going to adjust to whatever 2K puts out in front of him. Black Cobra has stated, if you're watching this video and it's May 3rd, 2025, Black Cobra has stated many times how he misses older 2Ks playing 2K25, how there are so many animations that just don't hit, how there's this and that and all these different things, right? On top of all of those things, before the game came out and they announced that Whistle would be taken out of the game, Black Cobra said he would adjust. And I told Black Cobra at that time, I feel you on that, but this is a bad thing for 2K. Removing Whistle means, from a defensive standpoint, it doesn't matter what you do. You can miss time because, and this is the thing that's messed up about it. And I'm not saying about Black Cobra, but I'm saying about NBA 2K removing a badge that is so pivotal to people being able to play the game. We as offensive players, whether it's layups, floaters, dunks, three-point shots, mid-range, pull-ups, post fadeaways, hook shot, everything that we do, reverse layups, everything we do when we get ready to shoot a shot is on a timing window. This is non-negotiable. It's on a timing window. At least it was in 2K24. This year you can put on, it's basically RPP, real player percentage or whatever it is. But everything is based on a timing window. This is what allows the game to be able to have some sense of fairness in it when there's timing windows. Because you don't just get to a spot, hit a button, and just throw something up and just hope for the best. You actually have to pay attention to the context of what's happening in the game with the timing window for shots. Now, I'm not saying the shot timing is perfect, especially on dunking, because contact dunking and This is somebody with a 99 driving dunk. It's so bad this year. It needs a complete revamp. Needs a complete revamp. The same way that people can time 3-point shots consistently and over and over and over again, I need to be able to time my dunk consistently over and over and over again without missing it on late arriving defenders or defenders that are in the wrong guarding position. I need to be able to dunk all of those. If somebody can shoot 6 for 7 from 3 or 7 for 7 from 3 in the park, I need to be able to go 7 for 7 on contact dunks. Whistle is a badge that you cannot take away from the 2K community. Why? Because we have to time our jump shots. So when you take whistle out the game, which anybody that's new here, if you don't know, whistle is a badge that allows you as an offensive player, when the defense makes a mistake, more oftentimes than not, it punishes them. And then you have different tiers of whistle as well, too. You have bronze all the way up to Hall of Fame in 2K24. Should be legend in 2K26 if 2K decides to bring the badge back, which would be a good idea. Call it whistle, call it and one, call it whatever you want to call it. But this badge stops defenders from mistiming block attempts and steal attempts. Because now when you mistime it and you lunge at me at the wrong time and you just fall into my body, you get a foul call. Now, when you hit Y and I'm just standing there, you get a foul call. When that news broke and I said that this was a mistake and Black Cobra said that he would adjust, I knew right then and there that he didn't understand how the 2K community likes to play the game. There's a very big difference between somebody like Black Cobra who is saying, based off of his gameplay and the words that he's actually speaking when he does videos, I want a basketball game. I want a fair game. There's a very big difference between him saying that and how the community is going to actually play the game. I'm going to say that one more time, just in case Black Cobra ever see this video. Once again, no shade to Black Cobra. There is a very big difference between how you, as a content creator and a player in the 2K space, wants to be able to play a basketball video game with fairness. There's a very big difference between that aspect and the aspect of how the community is actually going to play the game. Being a veteran, being someone that's a day one of the 2K My Career mode, been playing it for forever. I've seen it all. I've seen 7-foot demigods, 7'5" demigods in 2K10. I've seen the cyber faces and the 8-foot and the 14-foot tall players in a goddamn 2K11. I've seen the 2 years where we didn't have an online mode. I've seen NBA 2K14, 15, 16, 15 being my favorite one, by the way. 16 was not as great as people think it is. Even though it wasn't a bad game. I wouldn't say it was terrible, but it's not as great as people think it is. 15 to me was far better. You got all these years. I've never missed a year of playing My Career. Playing online. That's where I get my kicks from. I want to play online. I want to be in the park. I want to be in the rec. I don't go into the stage. I don't go into these sweaty ass places or whatever it is because, and it's not because, oh, well, you scared. It's not that. It's boring to me. I don't like, first of all, it's a video game and we know that there are going to be things in the game that people are going to find that you can't defend against. We know this. But because that's the truth, right? All of those people in those places play the exact same. So there's no nuance. There's no creativity. There's no style. It's a cookie cutter player with all the same moves that they see their favorite YouTuber use because these moves, quote unquote, work. Really, not all of them are OP, but the ones that are OP, the ones that are cheesy, they work. So I don't play in those areas. But I've seen it all. Why? Because even though I don't play in those cheesy areas, I know when those cheesy people come out to the park, when they come out to the rec, when they do these different things, they come out there to get warm-ups to go into the modes that they really want to go into, which is stage, which is pro-am, stuff like that. So I know I've played against this. I have footage. I've played against top reps. I played against no name. I've played against all these different types of people. I know how the community likes to play the game. When you are in the field the way that I am, and you're playing this game year after year after year, and you're being told that you live in an echo chamber because there are certain things you agree with big content creators and there's certain things you disagree with. When you play this game and you understand how the community likes to play this game, when 2K makes a massive mistake or misstep like they did with removing the whistle badge, you can see it coming from a mile away. Because the game, nobody on defense, nobody that makes defenders is actually respectful of the art of defense. These people, think about how crazy this is. These people spend $100 to come on 2K and be bored. I'm going to say that again. These people spend $100. Don't tell me you like defense, because if you like defense, you go play football. You go play Madden if you like defense. Basketball is about offense. Even in real life and even on a video game, it's about offense. Why do you think everybody's crying about the dribbling? Because basketball is about offense. Offense. Point blank, period. That's what it's about. And if you don't feel good on offense, you can't feel good on defense. These people spend $100 to come in here and be bored and play this game. Defensively, the game is probably one of the worst that it's ever been. Terrible. Defenders have no concept of defense. I don't think I've met a skilled defender all year. I've met cheesy defenders. I've met defenders that exploit the system. I haven't met a defender all year where I played against him. I was like, yo, this guy is good on defense. He's good. He understands what he's doing. He understands how to cut things off. He understands how to anticipate and try to take away what the offensive player is about to do. I haven't met a single one in all of 2K25. I've been clamped up more by the game's bad mechanics and people being able to exploit those bad mechanics than I ever have by somebody that actually played defense on me and I respected it. 2K20, even though lockdowns were annoying as fuck, I respected those 2K20 lockdowns more than any other, than the lockdowns from previous years. You want to know why? Because it was fair. Because those lockdowns, you're not dribbling. Oh no, you're not doing that. You better take your ass right over here to this corner and sit down and wait, corner boy. Wait. Because defense is so ass, right? What we end up having is, and it's ass because not only is the game ass, but there's no accountability on defense. If anybody that's watching this from 2K wants a technical definition, when I say defense is ass, there's no accountability for defenders. Defenders have free reign to make mistakes and do whatever they want. No consequences. So when you take a badge like whistle out of the game, you already don't have defense with no real consequences, no real risk versus reward. When you take whistle out, it makes it even worse. I know this. I've been playing online, my player, my career, whatever you want to call it, park and all that other kind of shit. Back in 2K11, where there was only one game mode for quote unquote park type situation. It was a green court. It looked like it was in New York. Had Sprite vending machines all around the outside of it was like a caged fence-in thing, and it was cars parked all along the side. And it was only black and white jerseys. And it was 4 quarters, 5v5. I've played it all. I know what people like to do. I know how they like to play. I know how they like to exploit the game. For 2K to have also been making the game this long and not understand how its core audience likes to play this game is disheartening. It's sad. I don't know where Black Cobra been in terms of him playing the game, but you can tell when he made that statement earlier before 2K25 came out, I should have known right then he couldn't have been out here as long as I've been out here. He couldn't have been. Because I done seen it. I've played against skilled players. I played against unskilled players. I know that most unskilled players are going to run to the meta first because there's getting in the lab and figuring out what fits with what and this and that. These are not things that they want to do. Black Cobra. The real bailout badge is when you get rewarded with a block for jumping at a shot fake. I said this has been a massive problem in many 2Ks. And this is why I said even before 2K25 came out, removing whistle was going to be a problem. LOL, and here we are. Defenders being rewarded for bad timing, which means they don't learn anything. And the beauty and the nuance of the game suffers. LOL, GG's. Black Cobra responds, yeah, it was bad news for me when they removed the badge. It punished bad defense most times. I said that once again, like I said, I don't know how long, obviously he making content, but I don't know how long Black Cobra been outside, out here in the field. I don't know. And that's no shade to him, but I don't know. Because when he said, oh, they can do whatever they want, I'll adjust. No, you won't. Because when 2K decides that they're going to forego basketball fundamentals, when they decide that they're going to forego these types of things in order to appease a bunch of people that have no respect for the sport and just want to get on and dress up like a fucking banana man or a goddamn burrito, when they make the game like that, the people that play that are commenting on the game in May, when all of those banana man and burrito people have left the game to go do something else because they don't love basketball like that. When they leave, we're left holding the bag. My response to him, same, bro. If we're going to get another good 2K, they're going to have to blend basketball fundamentals with consistent gameplay that's risk versus reward, read and react. Right now, it feels as if 2K doesn't understand how people who don't want a fair equals fun experience will play the game. Every single year. It's actually crazy to me. Now, he liked the tweet before up top, up here, right? But this one down here, he didn't respond to. But it's only been an hour. The man probably, it's a mayor. He probably got shit going on and all this other kind of stuff. I'm not saying that he did anything wrong, but he did respond. And he liked the tweet as well, too. My thing is, because 2K has removed this badge, where do we go from here? How does a company that's been making a game for 26, 27 years, like, who are the people that are helping make decisions about gameplay? I can promise you it can't be Mike Wang by himself. He's got to be so busy to this point because, they've been doing 2 generations of game, and more than likely, don't quote me on this, but more than likely, we're not going to have old gen 2K26, more than likely. Because this year, they didn't even get a press release for 2K26 old gen. So more than likely, they're just going to just sweep it under the rug. And everybody's going to be on one generation. Which makes it even worse if you don't have basketball fundamentals in. You don't have a fun experience when basic thing, remind you, once again, and anybody that's new here, that's come here, whatever it is, I say this every time. Don't come in here with no BS, man, about me wanting to, it doesn't have to be 100% real in terms of the gameplay and this or that. But what it has to be, it has to be fair. Whether you make it all the way arcade or all the way sim, it has to be fair. And 2K25 in my opinion is the most unfair 2K I've ever played in my entire life. There's no fairness to it. Zero. That's why I keep saying, bring back dual archetypes. Bring back preset badges. You cannot bring back dual archetypes and don't bring back preset badges. Dual archetypes, preset badges. Preset. I don't care what you want. This is all that you're getting. You're not getting anything higher than fucking gold dimer. You're not getting lockdown defender on fucking silver. You're getting it on bronze. You're not a two-way build. You're getting it on bronze. I don't care. This is what we need. Preset badges. Preset attributes. This is what we need back. If we don't get these things back, we're going to continue to have a subpar gaming experience. When you make a basketball video game, key emphasis on the word basketball and video game, because it's two things mixed together. It's not just basketball, because it's not. It's not just a video game, because it's not. It's a basketball video game. You have to have things that resonate with basketball and the video game aspect. So from a basketball standpoint, anybody out there that's watching the video right now, can you tell me what the point of a pump fake is? It's a fake. It's called pump fake. It's a fake. The point of a pump fake is to make the defender move, to get them off their feet, to get them to raise up, to try to follow the ball. They're either going to raise up, they're going to freeze, one or the other. This is the whole point of being in a triple threat. You know those jab steps and shit that are absolutely useless in NBA 2K? For the most part, all of that stuff is supposed to be, the triple threat is supposed to be damn near more deadly than a goddamn live dribble. That's how deadly the fucking triple threat is supposed to be. But we got a basketball video game. So when you got a pump fake, and I'm doing a pump fake, and you as a defender make the mistake of hitting Y on Xbox or, triangle on PlayStation to try to block me, and I haven't gone anywhere. If you don't get called for a foul every single time, what does that tell you? You can keep doing it. So there's no penalty. And then I don't get an advantage for you making a mistake. Which, if we're ever going to have fair and fun gameplay, how are we going to have that if there's no risk versus reward? How are we going to have that if people that go and play the game at any point in time, whether it be game testers, whether it be people that go throughout the year, whether it be community members, how are we going to have a fair and fun experience if they don't even understand before 2K does something that, based off of how the community will play, this is a bad idea? It's a terrible idea. The game will be better for defenders. I promise you the game will be better for defenders if the best defenders can actually stand out. You want to know why the best defenders can't stand out? Because all you got to do is make a 99 perimeter, 99 strength, 99 steal lockdown, and just chase people all around the court and hit X. You don't have to think. You don't have to be aware. You just got to run into people's body the entire game and bump them and try to knock the ball loose. So having no whistle means what? This is the game that we got. This is the game that people to continue, even myself. This is a game we continue to support. And it's not good. If the fundamentals aren't there, if the fundamentals are not there, the game falls apart. And it's time for people at 2K to start recognizing that, start getting out here into the community. Don't just listen to community feedback, because you got a lot of people that was never good. They were never even LA Fitness All-Star Legends. They weren't even that. They weren't even good at your local park. They could never even beat anybody in suicides. They could never even beat anybody in drills for basketball training for their local high school. They couldn't even do that. You got these people deciding the future of the game. And when you have these people deciding the future of the game, this is how it's going to continue to go. We're going to continue to play a game that's just not good. and it don't have to be, because you got all these people that either were hoopers or former hoopers or have some sort of love for the NBA that program and develop a game, and the core fundamentals of the game are not in there. On top of the core fundamentals not being there, the animations are not good. Have you equipped Michael Jordan's layup package? Do you see how bad that layup package is? There is nothing when you get when, and this is it, and I'm moving on. When I equip Michael Jordan's layup package, I'm not equipping this just because of the name on it. I'm equipping this because this layup package should give me the ability to fly through the air like Michael Jordan. If I equip Allen Iverson's layup package, I want to be able to knife through the defense like Allen Iverson or James Harden or Dwayne Wade or LeBron James. So why are you putting animations in the game that aren't fun, that don't look good, that don't feel good, that don't make me go, man, wow, I love that animation? You know who has the best layup package in the game this year? Not Kyrie Irving, not Michael Jordan, not Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, by the way, which is the highest rated layup package along with Luka Doncic, you need an 88 layup. 88 points to invest in a layup package that is mediocre at best. You know who has the best layup package in the game this year? Tyrese Maxey.